Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys. This is going to be episode 7 of our Clone Wars mock building series. Now, today we are going to be designing the bridge crossing the river, but we have some parts we want to get, and before we do that, we want to go check the Lego store and check out the pad wall to see what they got in stock and to give us some ideas. So we're going to bring you guys along for that, and we'll get back here and back to building. Okay, so we just got back and we unloaded our little Lego store bag here, and we only ended up getting 1 cup, a bunch of 1x2 green plate, which will help, and some gray plate for the bridge we're going to be building. Also had to get another battle pack because it's just too tempting. I don't know, nothing else to say. And then we actually went to this secondary Lego store here in our city and got this retired set for a really good deal. And all these rebel troopers in here, and a gun, but all these minifigs and maybe sort of a bit of a teaser for our next mock. We're going to be going original trilogies with that. So anyways, we're going to get back to some building, and we're going to build the bridge for this week's episode. Okay, so it's been a few days since the last clip, and we were initially going to videotape the whole process of building this, but it was just going to be too messy because we didn't really know until we finally got to this design that this is how we wanted to do it. Initially we built it out of brick, which it just didn't look very good. It looked too clunky. So then we did a few designs out of plate, and then this is what we ended up doing, which doing that takes a lot of plate. I use a lot of gray plate up, especially when our parts collection isn't exactly enormous yet. But we're happy with the design, and we're able to use these gold, I guess, sort of railing pieces. They look really good in the build. And the other thing we were able to use, if we go over here into the mock room, is these same tiles that are on the tiling work on the droid base. So it kind of makes sense. And we use the white accent because the base is white, so that makes sense too. Now the issue we're running into here is when we put it on the mock, obviously it would be easy to make it straight like that. I just think that looks a bit boring and too symmetrical. So what we're gonna have to do is decide how we're gonna put it in so it's kind of on an angle there. So we're gonna do that right now. I'm gonna put on the time lapse. We're gonna fool around with building up this area. We'll probably do it like a brick or two higher and plate it off. So anyways, let's get to building, and we'll talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, so attaching the bridge turned out to be a lot easier than we initially anticipated. As you can see, it's spanning the little creek. It's raised up a bit on each side with some brick and plate. And we actually just tacked it down with a jumper plate on each side so it wouldn't move. And that allows us to attain that angle that you don't get to see in Lego often. Having anything circular angle like that is kind of hard to achieve. So we're happy how that turned out. You can also see we continued on the path. We actually used up all the rest of our pieces of that color in plate. So that's it for the path. So you kind of get a bigger picture of how the finished product's gonna look. And in the last episode, I touched on the fact that having 2 ATTs on the mock felt a bit crowded, but after putting the second one down, I realized I was wrong, because this honestly looks a lot better. So this is more along the lines of what the final configuration of vehicle placement is going to be for the clones. We can always make adjustments and add. We've got Republic attack tanks and all that kind of stuff too. So you could see, but really starting to come together. Now, we've neglected the droid base, and It's for good reason. First of all, we have been having lots of fun doing this stuff out here, and we can sort of just do whatever and it looks good, right? But in here, it's got to be a bit more structured. So we've been really thinking about what we want to put in here. So that's all going to be in next episode, doing the first floor at least, because there's going to be 2 floors. And the upper floor is going to be sort of a communications control center type thing. So that is going to be part of next week's episode. But if you liked this episode, make sure to give us a like, subscribe, and tune in next week to see what we do with the Dread base.